Hello, hello, hello. My name is Sophie and welcome to Gaming by Soph. This is so exciting. I'm a little bit nervous, but we've got to start somewhere. So, this is my first talky video with me actually in the video, and we are redesigning my entryway. This has honestly taken me 3 tries to work out what entrance I would like for Evermore. I've really struggled with if I want like a big waterscape, if I want to do like a bridge going into it. What's the other idea that I've done? I've had my like museum at the front before, and this entryway which I have made, I kind of did it a little bit different to how I would normally do a build. I would normally put the path down first and then work around the path. But this time I've used bushes and then kind of put my path around the bushes to kind of make a like trail of way. You'll see in the video. Should we just get into it? Should we just start? So this is me building my entryway for Evermore. Welcome to Evermore. Now, she looks a little bit different from my previous videos. I have time travelled to around the end of August just because I was fed up with the snow and I needed some more greenery on my island. And I feel like this really helped with my mind and getting into a creative flow. Like I said at the start of the video, I did grab around 6 bushes and just place them randomly. I didn't have a space in mind. I wanted to see if this would help me create a interesting pathway. I wanted the path to kind of trail off that way, trail up that way, trail off this way. And so when you come into my island, there's so many like different paths you can go down. It doesn't just lead just one way. It's kind of like an interesting like, oh, where does this way lead, or where does that way lead, or well, I want to go to the housing first, or I want to go to the shops first, or the museum, or it's kind of giving quite variation of how you can enter the island, which I really quite enjoy. And I feel like when I've looked at inspiration, that's the kind of inspiration what I'm more drawn to, the ones where they kind of trail off. So that's what I've done with the bushes. Now this is just me putting down the path. I have just downloaded this path. I found it on Pinterest and I will put a picture of the path design. I love how it's like the dirt, but then you've got the nice stone around, making what would be like the barrier of the path. And I like how it flows. I kind of place quite randomly, so you'll see that I don't really have I have like a semi idea of what I want to do, but I don't really have an idea of what I want to do. So this is kind of just like a trial and error, and I do enjoy doing it this way because I feel like throughout the progress, you'll start with one idea in mind and then you'll start doing it and you're like, another idea will pop into your head and then it'll be like, yep, we're going to go down more that route, or you can kind of mix the 2 ideas together. You can start to see the shape happening, which I really enjoy, and I really feel like Animal Crossing gives you that ability to be quite creative of how you want to interpret stuff. So that's kind of why I really actually quite enjoy doing these builds. Even though sometimes you randomly put a lot of pressure on yourself for no reason. I personally do. And then you're like, wait, this is such a cute, cozy game. Like, if I don't like it, I can demolish it and restart again. Like, that is the beauty of this game. I wish there was a back button sometimes, and you're like when you do a path or when you do a waterscape and you accidentally do the wrong place and you're like, oh, now I have to restart this bit or restart that bit. I do find very frustrating sometimes. I love how it's going at the moment. I just love the wiggles. I think doing a straight path sometimes can look nice, but this one I feel like you kind of get the nature, you get to move your character with when you're playing on the island. I just really like how, and then look at it. I decided to put the pergola or the gazebo. I can't remember what they call it in the game. But I love how I'm using the path and I'm using that item. And to get through the path, you have to go through that item, which I really like. I did try and put my fountain down there. I was kind of just testing with different items to see what I would like to see when I walk through the island. I do like when people have little signs or the tiny library, little chair. I then start playing around with flowers. Now, for the entryway, I want to kind of keep it like pinks, whites, red, very neutrally vibes, but just soft girly vibes. That is the sort of vibe that I would like when you come in. They're quite soft colours, so it's quite a soft entryway. That's what I'm hoping for, but we never know. It could very much change over time, and that's also the beauty. If you don't like something or a new idea comes into your mind, you can obviously change it. And then you can have your friends over and they can be like, oh, why don't you do this or do that idea? I am really enjoying how this is starting to turn out. There's some shape happening. Right, for this part, I decided to plant some trees. I kind of had the vision of a little mini garden when you walk in, and then I want to put cliffs behind it, and then I go to put some like waterscaping all the way down, just so it gives like something to like go wow when you walk in, like it isn't just flat. Right, the joys of water. Does anyone find this quite challenging to add water to their island? Sometimes you're like, yeah, that's the right shape, or you go to do one thing and then you go to do another thing and then it's like, nope, you got this wrong, and you're like, oh, I have to start again, or I want a different shape. But I do enjoy using the water, and it is like fun when you see your little villagers using their little fishing rod and catching the little fishes. Well, they never catch the fishes, but it's cute. And do you find every single time you build anywhere on your island, literally anywhere, there is always a villager deciding, I love this area, I want to help join in, and I will sit down in your way and not move, just to make your life fun is one word to use. As you can see, I have put a pond on one side, and now I'm starting with the cliffs. This takes some time because I want to start doing a cliff with like a waterfall scape coming down. I want it to be 3 tiers. come back. As you can see, it's starting to take quite a lot of shape. I also love to use inspiration from Pinterest and TikTok. I feel like you can get ideas from loads of different areas and kind of mush them together. So this build is quite inspired from the Pinterest picture that I saw, and I loved how it had the flow of like the two waterfalls, how the waterfalls kind of like linked together, um, which I thought was really pretty. Now this is the fun part where I decide that I need to move some cliffs still. Oh, of course, I wanted a lantern. How did you know? Apparently I did. I can't remember saying anything about a lantern, but here we are. We love our villagers. So yeah, so I go back and try and make the two waterfalls link together how I want them to, but my little brain has decided not to. We took some time. I was trying, so where I'm standing, I was trying to get my waterfall to flow like that way, but I didn't realise that I needed to make it wider just yet. Sometimes, do you feel like your brain turns off when you're making these builds and you're like, well, let's all take a second. What do I need to do? How am I gonna get this point? But don't you worry, we get there in the end, and it is worth waiting for. Let's see when my brain decides to work. Well, now I'm just taking another little rest. Okay. So I've decided to add another layer to my incline, and hopefully this is the bit where I can actually get my water to go on the top bit. Also, my brain trying to work out to go from like my ladder to then the water to then the cliffs. I was just like, which button am I pressing? You do it so fast and then you're like, oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Oh, I'm doing this. Decided to add another bit of the cliff and just round it off. I also feel like the more rounder the cliffs are, or more rounder the waterscape is, it gives it a more softer feel, and I really enjoy when I see islands that are more like rounded and more like, oh, it was naturally built that way. Hee hee. Right. Are we gonna get it this time? I can't remember what happens. Okay. See, with just like the rounding off, it just has that nice shape to it. And we're gonna, okay, make it smaller, the cliff smaller, like that. Is this gonna be the bit that I can up, down, up, down, up, down? Yes. Okay, I like how this is starting to really turn out. As you can see, I've got like all the waterfalls like linking all together. They have one source, and it's like you can imagine they like just all circulate around. I'm liking how this is going. As I said earlier, we've now got another villager deciding he's going to sit right in the way and enjoy the waterfall. Oh, they actually have the best life. It's hilarious. I then realised that I don't need the cliff to be as wide, and I've just started rounding it off, making it like a odd shape, not making it too perfect, but you get an interesting shape and not too round, like not too straight and not too Perfect. I think that is the idea of building on here, just kind of playing with shapes. And I do love how this has turned out so far. And I'm just like coming back, seeing if I like how it's developing. And I think it's going well. Also, I would love to know, like, what do you think about this? Is there any like things that you would add? Any tips or tricks that you would give me? Because obviously I've been playing this game for a long time, but there's still so many things that I could learn. There is still so many things that you guys can see and be like, oh, I would do this with this bit of island. And I love like little chats. I think that would be really, really cute. I then go and decide to grab some white flowers, as I said at the start, and some more bushes, and just go up into the cliffs and start adding some flowers to just add some more colour, some more shape, some more interesting viewpoints. And I really feel like this is where it starts taking shape, when you start decorating the areas. So this is me just adding the little bushes, trial and error. You put something down, don't like it, pick it up, try in a different place. This is all part of the fun of this game. So now I decided to also go with the white mums more on these cliffs. I like how the white mums are quite like not too in your face and quite soft looking. And then I decided to just pop one of the mums on the top. And I've kind of done the flowers so they're not all in line, like they're all spaced out in a way. So when you look up, you're seeing flower there, bush there, flower there. Really drawing the eye to like different areas. In the end, I do want to probably add trees on the back of this bit just to break up the sky a bit more. At the moment, my island literally has no trees. I decided to cut them all down, but we can grow more trees. That is perfectly fine. Going back to this path bit, I have decided to make this little part of the path, so it like trails off to the beach. And you'll see in a minute that I put like a fake garden fence, so you can't get past any other bit. You have to go. You can like go to the beach bit. This path, I'm thinking we are gonna make a little villager area up this part of my island. I need to go over what my plan is. I kind of roughly actually only started planning it yesterday. So I'd love to like share my rough idea with you guys, and obviously would love some of your input. I've decided to move them little tree saplings out the way so I have more ground. This honestly takes some time. I'm now just placing some more path just to go up towards the left part of my island, and I'm just playing around with the shape to see what kind of interesting shapes I can make with the path. Like I said, I like it to be quite irregular, quite different. So now I've gone to grab my fence. So this is the part where I said I wanted to kind of block off, so you can't walk further this way, you have to like go onto the beach. I'm not sure what I'm going to do the other side of the fence at the moment, but I kind of like the idea of like, oh, you can't go this way, or you have to physically go a certain way, like you can't just walk through. I then am grabbing some more flowers, and I've decided I want this little part to be more greenery, as my cliff and river came quite close, so I didn't actually end up getting to do that big little garden area. So I've decided to put it more on the side, which I really like because it adds some more colour. It just draws something, it just like draws your eye to something else. And making like little areas on your island can be quite cute. Like this bit would be quite cute if you added a little chair or a bench there as well. I then go to add a tree. Now, all my trees are fruit trees. I decided to go with a peach tree because I feel like peach trees are my favourite, and it's the most neutrally colours. Like it's looking good so far. I'm loving this. We're then just trying to work out. I need to put something in that gap, and I was trying to work out, do I put a bush there or do I just leave it empty and maybe put like a pile of leaves there or something, or a little stool or something like that. I then I then go decide that I don't like the tree there, so I'm just going to eat a piece of fruit, which helps me move tree and just move it across a bit more, because when I was looking up at it, it kind of blocked the pathway, and I like how you can see the wiggle of the path. You can see that my island is starting to take some shape, and I do love the different areas I have. I have like the waterfalls, the lake, the pergola gazebo thing, and then my little garden on the left hand side. There is still so much to do, but I love how it is starting to turn out, and I feel like this is the vibe that I want to carry on with Evermore. The softness, the trees, the bushes, the flowers, very natural, but we'll see how time comes on, and I hope you like how it's turning out so far. I think it's beautiful. There we have it, my first talkative play along video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it and building it. And I feel like the pressure of the entryway is hopefully gone from me. I hope you got some inspiration, and I would just please leave like your ideas or anything that you would do in the comments below. I would just like love to have like a cozy community where we could just talk fun Animal Crossing ideas. I would just like love that. I just want to say a massive thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more and have enjoyed watching this video, because it would honestly mean so much to me. Anyway, this is me signing off, and just again, thank you so much. And we'll see you very soon. Bye!